are winding down a beautifully enchanted, thank goddess it's Friday, going into some new foundations at the Crossroads, masterfully, at a 22-4, of course. Let's talk about it.
Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now.
Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast.
Ekale if you're catching this in the evening time. Ekaro if you're catching this in the early morning's rise. I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 222.9, the Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. We are winding down your Thank God it's Friday with love at the Crossroad. It's Friday the 13th. Lovely day for that divine feminine energy, especially the ones that aren't afraid of the blackbirds. I'm going to leave that at that. If you're listening over the Mothership's airwaves, then that was music from our newest musical ancestor, Frankie Beverly, with A Woman is a Wonder. I think Oshun just wanted to let y'all know. After all, this is her venerated day. It is the 12th Friday of summer solstice and the, third of Virgo season. And the moon tonight is waxing in the 10th house of Capricorn on this Friday the 13th. So that's a lot of grounding energy, a lot of love at the Crossroads. So I'm feeling some energies between choosing to forgive and continue a path together, choosing to forgive and take a path apart, or choosing not to forgive at all. Confirmation from Spirit. I certainly hope no one chooses not to forgive at all, because that means that you're holding on to a lot of things that are keeping you from your bliss in life. And that's just, divinely tacky. Anyways, if you've been vibing on the Mothership all day today, then you have been listening to the sensual and melodic Mothers of Song. But when the clock strikes 12, and Oshun passes that time clock to that trickster Eshu, and we go from that love energy of Venus into that grounding energy of Saturn, and Ojo Eti, day of turbulence, goes into Ojo Abameta, the day of 3 resolutions. We are at your Saturn ruled, Eshu venerated Crossroads Saturday, landing right at a 224. We'll talk about it after the break. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is radio for the road less traveled, 222.9, and you are listening to The Forecast.
Did you enjoy the sweet taste of the honey, love, and war paint from my sacred gourd of wisdom? Then you may want to meet me at the Crossroad tomorrow to make sure you do the right thing with it. You're not afraid, are you? Ashe. That's www.poeticallymuse.org/gestures intersection.
And we're back. In case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, as always, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo. And if you are listening at the AM, boo, it's 9:13 on 9:13. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. But we had to skip on forward to Saturday so that our Saturday 6 a.m. listeners aren't talking too much about yesterday as we cruise into the jobs, taking the babies to the workplace, all that early morning successful people activity. Here's your cosmic weather forecast so that you will be aligned with the quasars. It is Saturday, September 14th, 2024, and the day vibrates on a 22-4. So you got a lot of 224, 224 energy there. And 22 is a master number of intuition. And following your intuition is key to your new foundation as the earth moves on fours. So you may be tested with a decision today that is really crucial to solidifying a new foundation somewhere in your area of spiritual growth. Because when you're experiencing a spiritual growth and spiritual awakening, please believe Eshu gonna throw the monkey wrenches in the middle of your crossroads to test your ego self against your spirit self, to test your old self against your new self, and to see if anybody on a lower vibration has the power to provoke you out of your blessings. So when you come across those crossroad situations in life, stay on the high road, choose wisely. Damn. It is the 12th Saturn day of summer solstice and the 4th Saturn day of Virgo season. So we got 7 days left of summer solstice and we're going to start winding down the autumn equinox. So I want to encourage everyone to do a quick autumn meditation. See yourself as a tree. And when you see yourself as a tree and see them leaves turning brown, attach them things to all that old shit you need to drop. Let it fall to the ground. Let the earth take it back, turn it over, and bring you some brand new soil. The moon tonight is waxing in the 11th house of Aquarius, so you got two double digit energies right there. All right, and that is with the moon waxing, that's house 11. So there's your double digit there on a 22-4. There's a double digit there. So I would take this Saturn day for grounding. I would take this Saturn day to really focus because Saturn day is the day of the week that really pulls on your carnal energy, really tests your ego, really gets you down there in your loins, in your root chakra energy. And it's not a bad thing if you know where to channel that root chakra energy once it's aroused. But some energies do not need to be aroused. And those are the energies of malice, anger, vengeance. Y'all don't need all of that because any emotion that can control you can take you off of your path of alignment in a split second. And one of the key essences to understanding Eshu's function and purpose in African spirituality is understanding that we are all one choice away from altering the course of our destinies. Okay? So that's just something to understand there. And with the moon tonight waxing in Aquarius, then let's just say you have some spiritual rebellions to master, especially on your emotional side. So be prepared to make some very crucial decisions concerning your new foundations or your commitment to old patterns. Ashe. All right, so September 14th marks the first day of Virgo season's third decan. So if you were born between September 14th and September 21st, you are half Virgo, half Taurus. So y'all are the section of Virgos that tend to love the finer things in life, but not just for materialistic purposes, but for the purposes of the real value behind materialism, the more symbolism. These are the most loving of all the Virgos. These are the most nurturing of the Virgos. So this is a really interesting way to in summer solstice. In the Kemetic way of the stars, we are still in the season of Mut, and in the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are still in the season of the traveler, the distance until October 3rd. And if you were born on September 13th, then happy solar return. May the ancestors, Olodumare, Orishas, saints of all of your respective faiths, bless you with many, many more filled with Bobo Ire and Bobo Ife. Bobo Ire, Bobo Ife means all the love, all the blessings. But still a little bit of zodiac draw snitching for you. I can't help myself. So, if you were born on September 13th, you are strong, you are robust, and of all the love and outdoor sports. You learn to assert yourself and become more aggressive. You are self reliant and ambitious, but very modest. You could achieve much more if you just let yourself do so. You are musical, you are literary, and you love with your whole heart. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, other 11 zodiac houses. Haterade is not alkaline. So make sure you give all the Virgos in your life some love as they turn up in the last 7 days of their season. And while you're at it, learn about the Virgo energy in you. That's right. Break out your natal chart. Study your placements of house 6, your placements of Mercury, your placements of Virgo itself, and you'll learn all about that mutable earth sign in you. I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we're going to talk more some about all the planets that are bussing moonwalk. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled. Radio for the star seeds, the black sheep, the chosen ones, the stargazers, you know what I mean. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm Iyansa J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast. So, here's an overview of the planets that are busting the retrograde move on the moonwalking dance floor. So, attention Scorpios, this one's going to hit you harder than the other 11 houses. Pluto is in retrograde from May 2nd in Aquarius until October 12th in Capricorn. Now, with Pluto in Aquarius, this is, of course, the house of spiritual rebellion. And Pluto is about endings and beginnings, okay? And this is smaller things that lead to larger consequences, okay? Or larger positive results. So, what this means for you individually is that this is a good time to focus on the little things. In the areas of inner work, use Pluto's retrograde to take the time to carve out little details that are going to make all the big differences down the road. You want to close out old chapters, and the universe is actually going to close out a lot of these old chapters for you, so you ain't really got to worry about it. And again, this is going to affect Scorpios more than the other 11 houses. And those of you that live the Orisha life, Then Pluto is closely energetically aligned with Ogun energy as the higher octave of Mars regeneration. And then you have Oya energy with endings and beginnings. And of course, Pluto is a planet of transformation because regeneration is transformation. And then there's a sprinkle of Orumila essence in there because Pluto speaks a lot to minding taboos and regenerating, evolving to one's highest destiny. And that resonates a lot with Orumila energy. All right, moving forward. Saturn is in retrograde, and Saturn is in retrograde in Pisces, and this one's going to affect Capricorns and Aquariuses more than the other 11 houses. Well, 10 houses. And it's retrograding in Pisces from June 29th until November 15th. And with this Saturn in retrograde with Pisces energy, this is going to shut down a lot of delusions. This is going to really ground us in what we say we believe in. Okay, this is a very challenging time for people in their spiritual beliefs. So make sure you know you're practicing patience and compassion with people because it isn't easy to have to rediscover your connection to divinity. And so, as people, let's kind of be easy on each other with that because especially this Saturn in retrograde along with Neptune and Uranus, a lot of people are going to seriously be, questioning what you believe spiritually and learning how to ground that and put your action behind that. And Saturn's retrograde is here to help with that for this period of time, in Pisces. So that's going to shatter a lot of illusions. Really not going to go well for people who have been dancing on the wrong side of issues, Crossroad. But we're not talking to them. We're talking to the people who are, ascending. Okay, but if this is you and you've reaped some karma, learn your lessons so you can evolve and not have to keep going through those cycles again. Okay. We got Neptune in retrograde in Pisces from July 2nd until December 7th. And Big Mama Neptune is buzzing a moonwalk in her own house. Goodness gracious. And so, if you are a Pisces, then most definitely invoke the patience of Obatala because one of your planets is retrograding in its own house. So, that's already a very intense energy for Pisces people. And also, your planet or your sign is at work in Saturn, and we're coming out of the Piscean age of belief and into the Aquarian age of knowing. Okay, that makes sense. All right, and with that in retrospect, we move on to planet Chiron, which hits all 12 houses, and that brings all of our wounded healer up to the forefront. Okay. And the wounded healer represents that lifelong childhood wound that you spend your life healing from, growing from, that well of experience and wisdom that comes from your scars that you're using to either heal people or you're using as an excuse to be a karmic to people. And this Chiron's retrograde in Aries is going to bring you face to face with that, which either one that may be for you. Okay, last but not least, you have Uranus in retrograde that went in on September 1st in Taurus. And buckle up, babies, because we're not coming out of this one until January 25th of 2025, 12525. So this is a good retrograde for, those of us that have been on the right side of the crossroad. And Aquarians are going to be really affected because both of your planets are in retrograde. So Aquarius people, like Pisces people, invoke the patience of Obatala because we are coming in out of the Piscean age of belief into the Aquarian age of knowing. And there's a lot going on with the planets moving in Aquarius. Everything is moving in Aquarian or extreme Aquarius or extreme Pisces energy. So this is really about creating a balance into between belief and knowing, living what you believe and knowing the result of it. So these retrogrades really help all of us find that divine balance in the overall scheme of things. Just something to think about. I'm going to take another quick break, and when I come back, we are going to get to your Saturn Day Cartomancy Tarot read, but this one is with a pack of playing cards. And the message is for the karmics. Somebody got to talk to y'all babies too. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. I painted this one all kinds of colors for you. Listen. So I slipped, fell down this rabbit hole. This rabbit was black, somewhere in the valley of my own thighs, the gate to my soul. The wisdom inside took a stroll on a stride, no watch, no time, just I and the ride. Side saddle, horseback, reverse cowgirl style. My stallion is black, I'm back for all I was robbed of, so put it in a sack, grinning from ear to ear like a purple Cheshire cat. So I slipped. Fell down the rabbit hole, this rabbit was black. Somewhere in the valley of my own thighs I dug up roots so deeply concealed, ancestral truths, and all they reveal. All I need to survive, the electric to thrive, the magic of bloodlines, the black honey from my hive taste so sweet. I keep the beat on my headphones to block out the jive. It's all inside. I slipped down my own rabbit hole. A tale to be told of diamonds and the hearts. I'm the queen, flipping tarot cards. Soldiers, they talking. When folks ask me what I see, I'm free. I hit a curve in the whirlwind where my hips spin, seeing love gagged and bound as all but a fairy tale. The putrid smell of cigarette butts keep you stuck in bad thinking. Tobacco sticks attached to karmic dick burns short like dynamite wicks, impending implosion. I sweat black oil, I don't need lotion. I keep it moving in a spiral motion. This rabbit hole of my own potion eases my stressed nerves. In dreams I travel like birds. I spin round my own world on the axis of my curves and affirmations off the verbs of my tongue. I speak, Mad Hatters run. SU has all the fun with the Tweedledees and Dums, and even the ones with dashikis and drums. Too much free makes you dumb, so I'm reloaded. There's more on my tongue. Alligator peppered, spicily suggestion. The fleshing of the details my Cosmo cocktails find refreshing. Expression, my kryptonite. Truth, my colors. Words are my fix as airwaves are my HOV lanes. I put it in the mix. Others' intentions become my bag of tricks. Free to form prophecy and let them drip from my lips. Or expressions of divine rage. I lick my finger, turn the page. I let it burn cause I'm a sage. Low vibrations disengage. I'll taste my genius. Some call it crazed. I'm amazed how the sun is shaded in amber while the sky is dipped in black. I drip in the last of mango-flavored fucks about the deserters that desire to come back. I go dry on opinions, get sticky for the facts. Tasty like paradise on parrot's ice on the last time I was alone on my back. Shit. I'm within. I can't run. I can't hide. Down, down, down this rabbit hole, I'm a Bonnie with no Clyde. I slipped where nothing slides, I'm an oracle, a circle with no sides. I'm a mountain lion, so there's no pride. I'm aging backwards, cause Father Time must like me, but why? Cause I slipped down this rabbit hole between my thighs to discover all in which I'm divinely assigned. An iiiYansaje Muse abstract poem. Ashe. And we are back. If you are seeing or hearing this part of tonight's forecast, then this is your message. If you've been out there playing on the wrong side of the crossroad, thinking you're really getting by with something with all that lying and scheming and scamming and shit, honey, you've played no one but yourself. Because the Joker is the first one that shows up, and that's kind of Issue's way of letting you know that there's nobody more tricky than the trickster. And when you trick good people, you trick yourself out of a soul tribe that you gonna need one day. So watch yourself. With the Six of Spades showing up underneath and showing up upright, you surrounded by people right now that are maybe enabling you and applauding your behavior, but that's just because you haven't imploded yet. The same people that applaud your imbalance will be the very ones to laugh at you when you fall on your sword. With the Six of Spades showing up, which is the original Six of Swords, know that a removal is coming. And the divine is telling you that you will either remove yourself willfully from this situation or it will be done by force. Because a common thing that is misunderstood about karmic energies is that some karmic energies are called to become divine. And that takes everybody that engaged in your toxic bullshit with you to stab you straight through the back and rip your ass all the way up to the crack for you to learn your lesson. And when that happens, that's when the light of divinity can pour in. But you have to see the errors of your ways in order to change, karmic people, and don't feel bad. Nobody becomes wise without first being a fool. Being a chosen one and being divine is not about being perfect. It's about being honest, being willing, and striving to do better by divinity. Don't worry, your turn will come. Because if you're seeing this message, you're already wanting to change. Because with this Ten of Diamonds, which is the original Ten of Pentacles, you're learning that materialism isn't everything. And you're learning that some things are not worth the materialism when you can't sleep at night. Notice that card moved without me touching it. And it moved more to the westbound. So this must mean it's time to release or let go of your attachments to any ill-gotten gain that may be resulting in your need to hang with this crowd. Because whoever you are, HU is having a field day on you because you think you fooling somebody when the ultimate joke is on you. And it doesn't have to be that way. Because underneath you got the Two of Clubs, which is a Two of Wands coming up. So there's some real things and new beginnings in store for you, but you have to be willing to give up your games in order to get to what's real. And why not? You ain't got nothing to lose but ill-gotten gain that the Most High will restore should you step out on faith. And a bunch of people that didn't want you to make it, didn't want you to become divine anyway. That's why they only applauded your brokenness. But you stood there at this crossroad, and now it's time for you to make an important life decision. Choose wisely, or continue to be the universe's longest running joke. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled. Dial the number across the screen should you need spiritual mentorship and guidance. I know how to give tough love. Beam up.
Resist my temptations, pass my tests, and I'll give you the keys to higher doors. Esu, the Saturn Collection, brought to you by the Mothership Mystic Boutiq. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up.
And we are back. Thank you for joining me for this forecast. I certainly hope that you gain some things that will help you enhance your issue rule Saturn venerated Saturday. Make sure you beam up to the groove on each and every Saturday for the best of Crossroad stories as told through classic hip hop. If you're listening at the 9 o'clock hour, then stay tuned for my Friday nightly vision of what love looks like, brought to you by the divine, sensual mothers of song. If you are listening at the 6 a.m. hour, then stay tuned for the rising Bimbe to Esu before we get to Crossroad stories as told through classic hip hop. Either way, remember that the sky is big enough for us all to be stars, and in the words of George Clinton, free your mind. Your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam.
Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9, The Mothership. Beam up.